Praise be to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In His great mercy, He has given us a new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. Behold, what manner of love the Father has given unto us, that we should be called the sons and daughters of God. Welcome to this Easter special edition brought to you by WebTV. And on this special Easter celebration, we will be talking about the Chronicles of Festive Budgeting. And joining me to have this conversation is Josephine. But before we go right into the conversation, how about you get yourself a glass of juice or wine, as the case may be. I have my own right here with me, as we will be raising a glass to the Easter celebration. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Hello, Josephine. How are you doing?
I'm great.
How was the month of March for you?
I mean, it was a great month. It's been a fabulous month, actually.
Thank God someone has something positive to say about the month.
Yeah.
Well, mine was good as well. Well, no average, it was good. I mean, let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
But let's quickly go into the conversation. The Chronicles of Festive Budgeting. Before we go into the aspect of the budgeting aspect, how about we talk about our crazy moments in terms of festivity generally? You go first and I'll say mine later.
For me, when it comes to festive periods, the thing that comes to my mind is the food. Being a foodie that I am,
yes, that festivity definitely just comes with food.
Yeah,
right.
And you know, for me, if I want to go do a throwback, a little bit of throwback, for me, back in the day, I was always excited as a kid. I was always looking forward to festive period. I was always thinking about the nice clothes, the nice places. In fact, that's the time, you know, the time that we used to have some restaurants back then, like Mr. Biggs. I was always so excited because those period, I would get a lot of food.
Right.
Then also the money gifts. Oh my God.
It came in handy for every child. I mean, if you're out there, you can testify to this. It came in handy for everybody.
Like, we all looked forward to, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about anybody else, but me personally, I looked forward to it every year. Any festive period at all. Number one, list of enjoyment.
I know, right? And I actually agree with you on that, because for me, basically, I think it's part of my experience as well. I look forward to the food. Dress has to be part of it. Of course. Shoes have to be part of it. And then the money, it definitely has to be part of it. And let me quickly share one of my crazy Easter experience. Okay. So, you know, normally during Easter festive period, there's a time where everybody goes to Galilee. They call it Galilee. I think that's Easter Monday. Yeah. And then during one of these festive season, we were supposed to go to church. We got to church. It was always an exciting moment for everybody to hang around and chit-chat, talk, have fun, eat, and all of those things. And then while everyone was doing what they were supposed to be doing, myself and my siblings, together with some of our family members or family friends, we went to the back of the church at that baptismal side. While everyone was enjoying themselves, myself and my siblings were busy playing in the swimming. We thought it was a swimming pool. Guess what? We were playing in the swimming pool. I could remember that I was washing mangoes.
And this place was meant for baptism.
It was meant for baptism.
Oh my God.
As a child, then I didn't know what it meant. I obviously didn't know what it was all about. But I just knew that this was a pool, and to me, it was fun. So that's one of my crazy experiences. And let's now link it back to budgeting. As a child, you remember that all we did was just eat and do all of those things. We didn't care about the money. But adulthood now makes us understand that there has to be like some level, like our mothers, our fathers, most especially our mothers, because they are good at doing these things. They had all of these things planned out.
And we didn't know.
We didn't know, and it worked out really, really well for them. True. You can imagine having to plan having to plan for a whole family, and then you have to consider the food, you have to consider the drinks, you have to consider the dresses and all of those things. Like, there's a lot of planning that goes into all of those things. By the way, you went out to hear from
on a Vox Pop.
Yes, on the Vox Pop. So how was it?
Oh, it was great. I think it was it was us connecting back to the audience. You know, we wanted to find out how people felt during this season. Like, we've talked about our previous experiences, like growing up as kids. And remember, even during those days, there was a lot of the currency dollar to naira was different.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything was cheap. But now, bread, I can remember when I was growing up, bread was 20 naira for a big loaf of bread. And now we can't even get that same loaf for 100 naira.
Right.
That's how crazy it is.
Yes.
So you can imagine the space between then and now, how much has changed. So we went to we wanted to find out people's experiences on how they were planning and budgeting for the Easter.
Josephine, let me quickly cut you short on then, and then let's take a look at what the people had to say about festive budgeting.
Of course, Easter is special. It's a period where you remember how Jesus Christ died for us and all that, took away our sin. So basically, we should be in church, celebrating and not mourning.
Due to the pandemic and the ash on our economy, I think I will stay at home with my family. We cook some food and enjoy ourselves. Thank you.
I don't think I have any money aside, but I know that God will provide. I know I will cook at home for my children, and we are going to make merriment on the Easter day.
Easter celebration, we call it Galilee Day. Then we go to church, and at times we go to the orphanage homes just to distribute gifts to the orphanage and to the less privileged also.
The only thing I know I will definitely do, I know because I will be occupied, I will definitely be occupied because I will have to move down to Oguntoye, that is Idiroko size to be precise, so to do some things. And maybe I'm even actually thinking of taking my family out. Maybe we should go out and just have a fun like that, or we should have a nice time together. We should come together. Then, because there's something we call meeting of the mind. That Easter for me will be meeting of the mind.
I was spending with my family, though I don't really have a budget yet, but I think just a little outing, maybe to the mall or to watch a movie. The budget, when I'm talking about a budget, let's say close to 10K, it's okay to spend with my family.
A budget for Easter, I have a budget. The budget is actually part of what I want to spend. And the list of what I know I can actually spend is just like, let me just say 10,000, let me just say that.
The economy in this country is very, very bad. Because on the norms, if I'm to go out with my family on Easter, at least I'm supposed to spend something more than 50K. Because when I'm talking about my family, I'm talking about my cousins, my aunt, and my mom. So 10K is nothing, but just to manage it because of the country's economy.
No, not economy. It depends on what is on my plate.
Because if I should overspend, it will affect me at my place of work. Because if I know that, okay, I don't want to trek to my place of work, or I don't want to, then I should have to limit myself within my budget.
Sometimes in life, it's all about budgeting, planning, then maybe cutting your coat not according to your size but your cloth. But ultimately, if you plan ahead, you should be able to squeeze in something. But for me, basically, because I hardly get enough time to rest, so I'll be doing more of sleep, and worship. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, Josephine, definitely somebody one of the people's comments must have struck you.
Yeah.
So what exactly?
I think one of the things that struck me the most was two people who mentioned that they had 10K budget for Easter. Now, personally, I would budget 10K for just myself, but these people were budgeting 10K for an entire family, to spend the Easter. What can that buy? A pizza, a large size pizza, and two, like if you are a family of 10, that's not even enough.
Yes,
that's true. Not enough for you. That's to tell you how much the economy has changed from then to now. So it's crazy to see that, there's a lot that is going on that is affecting a lot of people. A lot of people are affected by the terrible economy. And everybody's praying for change. A lot of people spoke on how they want things to be better,
Yes.
and they hope things can be better. But if they spent more than what they had budgeted, it was going to affect them after the celebration.
So in general, basically, times have changed.
Yes.
And it is not what we used to know.
Definitely not.
That operates now, definitely. So definitely we have to adjust to the economy and then budget in that line. Would you share some of the tips for budgeting?
Well, I think when it comes to budgeting, one of the things that we need to start looking at is planning, saving.
Right. It's very important.
For instance, if those people had some money saved up before Easter, they would have more to spend because they had saved up from then to now.
Sorry to cut you, but you know that now people are just trying to survive. Most people are not even looking forward to the festive period
anymore.
Yes, exactly. Unlike what it used to be. So I just as you just said now, I understand that it is very important to plan, but I just want to add that as much as I plan, I'm just planning. Exactly, I'm just planning to eat and be all right. Not even any festive season will come and it will go. So that's what I'm just trying to point out.
Yeah, and I think it's also important for people to note that they don't need to stretch too much on all of these celebrations. Fine, it's good to celebrate as long as you're with people that are around you and they love you. I think it's just enough to be healthy and be fine.
I also want to add that it's very important to live within your means in this period. Don't overdo it.
Overdoing.
It's not needed.
No, it's not.
It's actually not needed, and that's on Mary had a little. I'm sorry, I had to add that.
Okay. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this special edition for the Easter series, and we'd like to say a big thank you to everyone for joining us. And if you'd like to find out more about budgeting, you can visit our website www.proshareng.com for more information. And to the end of this video, we'd like to raise our glasses to Easter
celebration. Happy Easter!